crystals may just be one of the most simple and yet effective ways to work with the dragons. And it's very possible that you already have some of these crystals I'm going to be talking about today. I will be talking about 7 different crystals today that I've channeled from the Dragon Collective that in general dragons like. But first, for those of you who don't know me, my name's Hannah, and I help people to own their powers and step into the driver's seat of their own lives. And today I'm going to be doing that by helping you identify these 7 crystals that dragons tend to have an affinity for, which can then make it much easier for you to start working with your dragons. So I will preface before I get into it, this is not a totally extensive list. And honestly, probably any crystal could work with a dragon. These are just 7 that have really kind of stood out for me personally, and I've received from the Dragon Collective and just working with people that work with dragons, like I've noticed some patterns. So know that even if you do not have any of these crystals and you're still using your crystals to work with the dragons, that's totally cool. Now, that being said, let's just dive right on in. The first crystal is this one. This is Dragonstone, ironically. It's literally got dragon in the name. Alternative names, I believe, are Dragon's Bloodstone or Dragon Jasper. And yeah, this one is one they really, really like. I can just feel it holding it. It's got very strong dragon energy. Particularly, I feel earth and fire dragon elemental energy in this one when I hold it. And they want you to know this can be particularly useful for people that are embracing the healer archetype of the draconic path. When you are learning to heal your own heart, this can help you heal your heart chakra after you've dealt with betrayal and loss and heartbreak, etc. This can also help you step into the warrior archetype, which allows you to almost, in a sense, build up your skin and kind of harden your heart, in a sense, in order to be able to deal with dark energies, challenging situations, such as, dealing with toxic, narcissistic people, losing your home, losing your job, stuff like that. This can kind of help you move through those situations, your dragon trials, if you will. And I did a video on dragon trials up here if you'd like to check that out. So this is the second one. This is Labradorite. I love this one. It's super sparkly and like translucent and just it's got this cool sheen to it. I'm also told that mermaids particularly like this one. Even the fairies like this one. This is just a very magical stone. And what the dragons are telling me right now is that Labradorite especially can be useful for creative expression with the dragons. So honestly, I oftentimes hold Labradorite or like have it nearby when I'm doing these videos, literally teaching about dragons. Also, it can be helpful if you're doing creative stuff like creative writing, or if you're making music, or even if you're cooking, anything sort of creative and you have this around, your dragons are going to kind of come in and help you out with that. So the third dragon crystal, I actually don't have this one because I've never personally resonated with it. Nonetheless, many or maybe even most dragon people I talk to have toyed this stone, selenite, for working with the dragons. And when I checked in and have worked with selenite before, I get the sense it especially resonates with celestial dragons, air dragons, light dragons, water dragons, and also sometimes spirit or ether dragons. And honestly, I work with dragons of the other polarities usually, so that would explain why that's just never really been a resonant stone for me personally. But this is a stone that is really good for lifting your vibration. If you like shamanic journeying, it helps you go to the upper world, like the celestial worlds, the heavens. It can help you go to the dragon realm even. And it's also just really good at clearing out energies. This baby is my favorite right now. I am all about it. This is black Tourmaline, okay? And this one kind of is like the opposite of selenite in a sense, which is why I'm talking about it second. It kind of vibes more with earth, fire, darkness, and chaos dragons. And I kind of mess around more with those types of dragons usually, so I am all about this stone. This is a stone that is really great for grounding your energy into the earth. Also, energetic protection. There are a few stones that can be as powerful as black tourmaline for that. So the dragons are like, yeah, if you're needing dragon protection, definitely want to use this stone. So this is my chakra bracelet that I wear like all the time. And here, there's like all different stones for the chakras, but this is hematite. Hematite is also very much a resonant stone for the dragons, I hear, because it's kind of like, I believe, like made in like volcanoes or something. It's got this very like earthy, draconic kind of energy and vibe to it. And just like the black tourmaline, it is very much a grounding, even protective sort of energy. It can also kind of protect you from like EMF waves, I hear. And so if you're feeling like a lot of interference and you're struggling to communicate with your dragons, they would love it if you could wear some hematite. And that's why I wear this literally all the time. I wear it in basically every video that you see me do. Okay, now we got number 6. This is probably like honestly the most dragon stone about it that I'm aware of. Like continuously, persistently, dragons are like, we love obsidian, and I love obsidian. It is by far always like my favorite crystal to work with, and it is similar to black tourmaline where it kind of resonates with like those almost heavier sort of energies, but it's really good also at protecting against dark energies. It's great for going into shadow work and doing stuff like that with the dragons. But really, like, unlike black tourmaline, which I feel resonates more with those elementals that I mentioned earlier, all dragon elementals are down to work with obsidian. Like, this is your all around just like dragon stone here. They love it. And ironically, in my private community, House of the Spirit Dragon, the other week, we were talking about obsidian, and one of the people in my community mentioned how obsidian is actually in the show Game of Thrones. Literally, it's called dragon's glass in Game of Thrones, and it's supposed to be obsidian. I didn't know that. I thought it was so cool, and she's totally right. And like, it's really funny because people that I've met and I come across who don't really even know yet maybe that they have a connection with the dragons, they like wear obsidian or they have tons of obsidian crystals around, and then they like discover that, oh, hey, I have a connection with the dragons. Coincidence? I think not. So number 7 is actually not a specific one. Number 7 is honestly whatever stone or crystal your personal dragon guide or guides would like to use with you, and you can ask them and they will tell you. So I'm going to use this example. This is amethyst, and this is an anchor for my dragon mom, who is a purple dragon. And I talk about dragon moms more up here in this video, and you can check that out. But yeah, she told me that she wanted to use amethyst, and amethyst it's just got really wise energy, if I had to describe it. It's great for psychic abilities and stuff like this. This is another one that I'll usually hold oftentimes when I'm working with clients, when I'm channeling, when I'm doing videos, and she recommended that I do that, and it's been very helpful so far. And then this one, I forget how it's even pronounced. It's like lepidolite or something. Please help me out in the comments. I don't really care about what the crystal is. I just like that it's a dragon skull, right? So if you can get any crystals that are like shaped like dragon skulls, they're going to love that. Especially this will make for an amazing anchor for your dragon guides. So please let me know in the comments which crystals you use with your dragons if you're already using them, and which ones you feel have like the most resonance with just the dragon collective in general. As I said, really like any crystal can work with the dragons, and particular elementals might prefer different types of stones, for example. So you just kind of got to play around and talk to your dragons directly to see what they would prefer to work with. As always, me and the dragons would love you forever if you could like this video, subscribe, and engage with this in some way. Specifically, if you want to answer this question. I am wondering if you want to learn more about how to work with the dragons through your crystals. If so, please let me know in the comments below. Not only will that answer my question and allow me to serve you better through my content, but that helps the algorithm along, that helps this content get out to more people that might be searching for it. Because right now, there honestly isn't much on the internet about dragons, and the dragons would love it if you could kind of spread the word for them. So as always, me and the dragons will love you forever, regardless of if you do this or not. And we are sending you much love. Please stay powerful.